at a Regal Cinema near you.
This is DCRTV for January 21st, 2012. This is It's Academic Today.
Ladies and gentlemen, students and coaches, it is my honor to present our esteemed guest at It's Academic, our host emeritus, the great Mr. Academic himself, Mac McGarry.
Thank you, Hillary. Thanks to all the people who've been watching It's Academic since 1961. And our special thanks to Giant Food, who's been our sponsor since 1967. Way to go, Giant.
Yeah, Giant. So, Mac, I was talking to your lovely wife, Babette, a little earlier, and she said you never thought the show was going to last very long.
We thought I had done shows from this studio since 1958, and they usually lasted 6 months at the most. This one at 50 years, my gosh, I can't believe it. And it's a great tonic. It's better than Geritol, working with these young people.
And of course, you know, you are the standard for It's Academic. It really is your show. I'm just a little fill-in. It's always Mac McGarry.
No, you're a beautiful fill-in. You're doing a good job. I saw you doing television work years ago, and I thought she would be ideal for it, and I was right. There's no doubt about it.
So tell everybody what this show means to you.
Well, the chance to show that teenagers are the finest group of young people in America, that the fate of our country is in good hands when we have these fine young people representing high schoolers all across the country.
And it's true because, and really, nobody has promoted education regionally like you have by doing this show and giving them props every week.
Well, we're proud to do it, and we say thanks to everybody who's been a part of it since 1961. Hallelujah.
All right. Thank you, Mac McGarry. And we'll be back with more It's Academic.
Okay, folks, that's Mac McGarry kind of ceremoniously handing over the baton there.
Guard murders the king.
Oh, my goodness.
You might have read this headline in a 465
Turn that down
BC
there.
newspaper.
That's Mac McGarry turning over the reins of It's Academic to Hillary Howard, who's over there at WTOP. She's the afternoon news chick on WTOP radio, which will be getting some big competition on Monday, but we won't get into that today. Mac McGarry had some health issues late summer, early spring, and so he didn't do this season of It's Academic this season so far, and that's been Hillary Howard's been filling in for him, and now it's kind of official. Now he's giving up the reins. He's back in pretty good health, and he's given up the reins to the show, and Hillary's going to be the new permanent host of the show. So Mac's been doing it since 1962 or 3 or something like that, almost 51 years. That's an amazing feat to have one show going for 50-some years like that. Wow. All right, now I also wanted to show you some, I also made it a little, I also DVR'd here. Let's see if I can find this. I also DVR'd Channel 4's coverage of Mac last night, Friday night. So let's see if I can push the buttons and get this thing going. Yeah, it comes up right now. So stay tuned for Mac McGarry being saluted on Channel 4's evening newscast on the 20th of January, 2012. As soon as what's-his-face gets off there. Here we go. And this goes by. And okay, now we get to it. Now we get to it. Here we go. Let's crank it up there.
After more than 20,000 contestants and 200,000 questions, Mac McGarry is moving on. He's retiring as the host of It's Academic after a career that spanned decades. Jim Hanley caught up with him to talk about how the show has changed over the years and some of his most memorable moments.
He has walked these halls for more than 50 years. Mac McGarry is an institution at NBC, the man armed with the envelopes filled with the questions he's posed to thousands of students over the years.
But the oldest students on the show would now be in their late 60s. And I remember them as 18.
He's called out some famous faces and names to come on down over the decades.
Good evening and welcome to It's Academic.
I'm Mac McGarry. Thanks, parents and teachers. Come on up here.
We've had astronauts on the program, John Glenn. We've had Perry Mason on the program.
And Hillary Clinton
She was an alternate on her It's Academic from Chicago.
The questions that Mac and Altman Productions come up with every week can stump students in ways we don't always get to see or hear.
But you can see the distress when they don't. And sometimes you can hear a four-letter word that has to be excised.
Technology has changed the way students learn and communicate, and the questions always have to keep up with the times.
The major difference is that information technology was not available 50 years ago.
Mac's 85 now and getting over a stubborn sinus infection, but like a fine wine, his sense of humor gets better with age. His favorite answer...
The question was, who defeated Napoleon at Waterloo?
Okay.
This kid very eagerly said, Duke Ellington.
With confidence.
Yeah.
Among his favorite days with WRC, radio, a drive-time announcer in the big band era, interviewing some big names.
I would select them, and I would go up and interview them.
He still comes back to NBC4 every week with former colleagues to listen to favorites.
Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes.
And on It's Academic, it's the good old days that make for his favorite kinds of questions.
I like it when they do Broadway show questions. When I grew up in New York City and was able to go to these shows, I saw the premiere run of Oklahoma, for instance.
Whoa. His memory's still legendary here. He can rattle off baseball stats and names of world leaders who graced Studio A. While most of us were always just waking up on Saturday mornings to watch, Mac was always spot on, never missing a beat. When you've got cheerleaders, bands, bleachers filled, the parents, the students, there's so much electricity in here. There's a lot of nervous energy, too. But what's it like for you? It must be a rush on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I must say now that I'm retired, I miss it. It is. It makes you forget your trouble, I'll tell you that. I'm Mac McGarry. Thanks very much, everybody.
In Washington, Jim Adley, News 4.
Mac McGarry is one of a kind. Hillary Howard is taking over as host. Mac will make his final appearance on It's Academic tomorrow morning at 10, right here on NBC4. Think how many local high school students and their families he has interacted with over the years.
Many. Love that show.
We can't count them.
It's a great job. Well, coming up tonight.
All right, folks. So there we go. There we got the tribute to Mac McGarry there on Channel 4. That was last night, the 20th of January 2012. 12. And then we also showed you
Correct answers are worth 10 points.
the little bit there that Mac guested on today, Saturdays, It's Academic. So there you go. That looked like Ed Walker there sitting next to Mac in those scenes on the Channel 4 report there where he was listening to the music. They didn't mention Ed's name, but they should have, right? Ed Walker there, who does the big broadcast over there on WAMU on Sunday nights. Worth checking out on 88.5. All right, folks, that's Dave TV for today, Saturday the 21st, and a big salute of the camo cap, which I don't have with me, to Ed Walker. Yeah, salute to Ed Walker and to Mac McGarry. Thanks for watching Dave TV for today, and so there.